make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail, man. The pain before the blessing. And the thumbnail, that's an African depiction of Job. Um, and if anybody read the Bible, Job went through a lot of hardships. Lost everything. Almost lost his mind. It was one of those stories where the God and the devil had a kind of a bet to see, will Job still love God if he lost everything? And that was the issue. But in life, it's similar because in life, we go through a lot of pain before a blessing. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of times people go through a lot, and it's like life hits them back to back to back to back, left, right, uppercut, hook. Life throws you a curve. You fall down, life kicks you while you're down. You know, and some people, you just sit there and you stay there and you sulk and you suffer and you're like, man, I just can't do it no more. But you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. You got to keep waking up every day and just say, okay, I'm gonna keep taking a step forward because there's pain before a blessing. It's unfortunate, and sometimes for people who like, man, I don't need all that adversity and pain to have a blessing. Sometimes that's the problem. Like some of y'all got blessed before y'all had pain and adversity, and now you blew your blessing because there was no agony to make you protected. It was all just fun and games, and it's like it's gonna last forever. Life has ups and downs, and but when you get to the lowest of lows, or you feel like I can't do this anymore, you got to know, to keep going. You might be almost there, and it sucks to say this because sometimes it hurts, man. Sometimes you deal with a lot of pain before a blessing, and you like, hopefully I'm almost there, and then life hits you with something that knocks you even further down, and you're like, man, I quit. But don't quit. Don't quit. Just understand there's pain before a blessing. Nobody knows, you don't realize it. You don't know what it's for. Like in my personal life, man, I've had so many um, downs, so many adversities. Like I saw a clip of I guess a Dalai Lama, if I'm not mistaken, or it might not be a Dalai Lama, a shaman or something like that, talking to Mike Tyson. And he's like, do you know why I'm here? And he said, you're a tough guy. And tough guys um, can beat men, but life really beats tough guys. And Mike was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, because life will beat you down and try to break you and destroy you, and you won't enjoy life because of the pain. And the thing about the lessons that I'm talking about is this: you got to go through all of that pain for a blessing on the other end, but you also sometimes got to go through that pain to be a blessing to somebody else. It's funny how tragedy happens, and you run into people who've felt what you felt, who've been where you've been, and they can tell you, you know, 30 seconds or less, look, you got to do this, and this. I've been there. Because a lot of times when people go through things, they hit you, you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know. But what happens when you meet people that do know? You got to listen. And what happens when you become one of those people who know? You kind of long for the day that you can meet somebody. Not you don't want them to suffer, but you long for the day where you can meet somebody who is suffering, so you can tell them, "Hey, I'm an example. If you just keep going forward, there's a blessing at the end." But pain comes before a blessing. It does, man. It's you know sometimes the pain is a blessing. It sounds weird, but sometimes you go through pain, and pain shifts where you're going. Because instead of going this way, you got to go this way because the pain took you over here. And that painful situation protects you from what you thought would be a blessing, but will probably be a curse. And sometimes that pain lets you understand that what you think is a blessing might be a curse, because you can associate, you can actually look at it objectively. Everything ain't I deserve it. There comes moments where it's like, oh, this ain't what I think it is. You see, sometimes people go look for purpose because there was no pain. It was just blessing. And you see a lot of people that we consider successful, when they tell you their story, you remember, you see all the good stuff, but you didn't. But they got to explain to you all the pain. They got to explain to you the loss. They got to explain to you the suffering. They got to explain to you the adversity. They got to explain to you the roller coaster ups and downs. Because a lot of us don't believe that, but it exists. So you got to understand, no matter what you're going through, get up and keep pushing. Because no matter how you slice it, just like Job, there was a lot of pain before blessing. So like, share, subscribe, and die trying. At least tell me what you think. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.